Look, I broke out my favorite weird card. You see this? That's a piece of dragon glass in there from Game of Thrones. Is that not the coolest card like you've ever seen in your life? I love this card. See? Actual piece of dragon glass from the show. Is that sick, isn't it? It's funny, I was going, because we're doing a single show tomorrow, I was going through some cards and I found it sitting in there. I forgot it was in there. It's one of my favorites. Whenever somebody's like, show us your weird or strange cards that you have, that's the one I always pull out. Thing's awesome. Even shows you the knife it came from. Numbered to 200. 185 of 200. At one point, these things were selling for a ton. I have no idea now, but I guess you should have sold it when the show was on, but at one point they were selling for like $500-600, but I would never sell it, man. I love that thing. All right, what's going on, everyone? Sorry for the delay. eBay ran a little long. These stupid mega boxes. I always forget the flagship mega boxes have like crazy amounts of cards in them. It drives me crazy. So, but here we are now. Robert, what's up, buddy? Javier, who's here, he jumped in and bought all the rest of the teams last night. It's a shame I didn't see it earlier. If I saw it earlier last night, I would have come back on and done it last night, but I didn't see it until like the middle of the night. So, but we're here now. We're doing random. Again, as always, thank you so much for going to the website. I know for the past few months I was a little lackadaisical, let's call it, but I'm going to try to stay on top of it. Yeah, I'm trying to, buddy, trying to. So, but we're going to try to stay on top of it, get some more stuff up there. We do still have the Donruss. I think Donruss is down to like 11 spots or something like that. So, hopefully we'll get that filled tomorrow, and if so, we'll go late night tomorrow and do it after the eBay breaks tomorrow night. So, all right, so we're going to go old school. Let me bring in my laptop, and we'll do the rando. Some hot rando action. Yeah. All right, let's see here. So you might see my other computer out of the corner over here. Two of them. Let's see if we can zoom this puppy in some, so you guys can see what's actually going on. Zoom it in, zoom it in, zoom it in. Too close. All right. I know, I'm sorry, it's a little crooked. Let's see if I can do it like that. Okay, and then bring it back some. Trying to make it look halfway decent. All right, so we got all our teams here. We're going to rando 7 times. Then we'll rando everyone's names 7 times and match them up. Okay, let's see if you guys can back it out just a touch. All right, so Tiger's down to the D-backs. That's 1 time. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And lucky number 7. All right, so let's go back in so you guys can see. All right, so we got Orioles up top going all the way down to the 20s on the bottom. So let's save this one, copy and save it. Not like that, dumbass. It's after midnight, so I get to curse a little bit. It's called exhaustion cursing. Save. All right, now let's get all our names here. Make sure we got them all. We do. Let's see. Go back here. Okay. Let's show my names real quick. Doug P, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Robert H, 2 times. Sam T, once. Eddie K, 2 times. Michael K, 2 times. Eric G, 2 times. Edward K, 3 times. So we got Eddie K and Edward K. I won't make that mistake again, like we did before. And Robert H 2 times again, and then Javier G 10 times. All right, let's rando 7 times, and we'll match them up. All right, let's bring this out a little bit. 2, 3, 5, yep, 5, 6, come on, 6, and lucky number 7. All right, Robert H down to Robert H. Robert H down to Robert H. Let's copy them, match them up, print it out. We'll go through them, and let's open some cards. Alright, file, print, Canon, print, let's save it. Come on, printer. Slow printer. I have it up on a bookshelf in my office, and the whole bookshelf shakes like it's about to collapse anytime it prints something. All right, let's get this guy out of the way. And let's come back this way. Go back down here. Let's try to zoom out just a little bit. There we go. Now we're starting to look again. All right, let's see who we got here. Orioles and Phillies. Robert H. You see him okay? Okay, Tigers, Javier G. Padres, Eddie K. Rockies, Eric G. A's, Edward K. Cardinals, Javier G. Guardians, Doug P. Diamondbacks, Javier G. Red Sox, Doug P. Brewers and Pirates, Javier G. Mariners, Doug P. Astros, Javier G. Giants, Eddie K. Mets, Robert H. Rays, Sam T. Cubs, Javier G. White Sox, Michael K. Royals and Nationals, Javier G. Yankees, Doug P. Rangers, Javier G. Reds, Doug P. Angels, Michael K. Dodgers, Doug P. Blue Jays, Edward K. Marlins, Eric G. Braves, Edward K. And Twins, Robert H. Of course, I'll call out anything that we hit throughout it. Some of you guys were in the break last night, man. We pulled that really nice Vladdy last night. That thing was awesome. All right, so only a couple people here, which I figured it'd be that way. Everyone else will be watching in the morning with their Cheerios. Let's open some cards. It's good to have the people we have. My favorites. Some of my favorites. All right. That guy for later. These are my last 3 hobby boxes of Series 2. Let's see what comes of them. All right, bring this down some. Let's see how this looks. Get this out a little bit. This is an odd angle for me, but if it looks okay, that's all that matters. Corey Seager, Summer Superstars. Trey Turner, rainbow foil for the Phils. For Robert. If I didn't already, thank you all again for joining the website breaks. I appreciate it. Cabrera and Gunner, throwback all-star. $22-8, was it really? Wow. Those games are fun, especially when it's not your team losing like that. That's good, because the Phillies can't score a run. They went and just played 3 games against the Astros. I think they scored 2 runs in 3 games. And the thing was, the Astros didn't really score any runs either. The pitching was great. They just couldn't produce any offense. Ozuna OPS leaders. Like, Sanchez, Wheeler, and Suarez all pitched down there. All pitched gems, and they lost all 3 games. And multiple times they had opportunities. Like, the game the other day, they had, like, bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th. Can't even generate it. Can't even raise a fly ball to the outfield. I mean, how pathetic is that? Pathetic. Ezekiel Tovar for the Rockies throwback. Although, it could be worse, as I said earlier. If anybody's an Angels fan out there, I'm sorry to say, every single one of your minor league teams is in dead last place. And not even close. Like, many of them are like 20 games out. Which is just... does not say much about your farm system. I can tell you that. Grant Holman rookie rainbow foil for the A's. The A's themselves are actually, or the Angels themselves are actually holding their own a little bit. They're at 500. Like, the Angels, as of yesterday, were 40-40. So, because it's funny, like, after I heard about the minor league teams, I went and looked. So, and my son said it's because they just bring everyone up because they're so hurting to have a decent pro team. Like, I mean, they brought Christian Moore up in like 4 months or whatever, you know. So I guess their farm system's bad because any talent they do have, they just bring them up. But they don't have a lot of future there, I can tell you that. Manny Mañano from the Superstars. Manny Mañano. Rangers team card. Tariq Escobar. Throwback all-star for Detroit. Saved by the Bell. Yo, did you hear me last night that Loretta Swit died like a week and a half ago? I've been waiting to Hot Lips Houlihan died, man. I was so sad when I heard that. Huge MASH fans. Kids still watch MASH when I see it every once in a while. I was watching it on, I think it's on Netflix or something. It still plays, man. Like, you know how we've talked about in the past, there's some shows that just, you're just like, wow, I can't believe I used to watch this. It's so bad. But MASH still holds, man. Well, did you see Alan Alda in, did you watch that show 4 Seasons on Netflix? If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it to anyone. It's very, very good. Joey Graziati, or however you say his name, for the Phils. It's based on his movie that he wrote in the early 80s. Well, he wrote in the late 70s, early 80s. Which, of course, I saw the movie as a kid. And they remade it into like a show, this 4 Seasons. And it's basically about these couples that travel together. And they go away on these vacations. And They've been doing it for years. Oh, you have to watch. It's so good. And I'm recommending this to everyone. Like, I mean, there's all these great people. Like Steve Carell is in it, and Tina Fey, and I mean, there's tons of good people. It's funny. It's good. It's definitely worth a watch. Well, he's in it. Alan Alda in the beginning, in the first episode, he's in it. Zach DeZenzo for the Astros. Rookie relic. For Javier. Which, to be honest, was shocking because, first of all, I didn't even realize he was still alive, for one. And I mean, he is not a young guy. Oh, it's really good. Really. And it's an easy watch. Like, honestly, there's 8 episodes. I think the episodes are only like 40 minutes or something. I mean, you can sit down and watch it like in an afternoon, and it's totally worth doing. But Alan Alda's in the first episode, and he's got to be well into his 90s, I would assume. But yeah, because it was his movie that they based it on, that he wrote years ago. So anyway, watch it. You'll like it. It's fun. It's good. It's interesting. Lawrence Butler throwback. Alan Alda's done a lot in his career, because it's funny, when I saw it and saw that he was going to be in it, I was thinking about when he was on West Wing, and that was like 20 years ago, and that was like 2004. Yeah, it's the ending. Well, I knew because I know the movie, so yeah. If he's never seen it, you don't want to spoil it. Nick Sogart rookie. These black borders really do look nice in this design. 18 of 74 from Boston. Just got the Red Sox. Doug. Yeah, man, it's excellent. It's really worth watching. But like, that's what's got me thinking about it. I was like, because I remember when Alan Alda did that season, the last season of West Wing, which he was excellent on. He was old then. That was 20 years ago. What was I just watching? I was watching Slapshot. You guys remember the movie Slapshot with Paul Newman? Oh God, that movie's funny. That holds up too. And I get weird when I watch old movies like that. I tend to go to IMDb and see who's still alive and who's dead. And it's shocking sometimes. Like Paul Newman died like 15 years ago, which I knew that, but like there's other people in that movie who just died like this year, who were like 99 years old. Yeah, oh, you've never seen Slapshot? Oh my gosh, Slapshot is hilarious. If you've never seen it, Slapshot is the story of a very bad, struggling hockey team. 107 of 150, MJ Melendez for Kansas City. So, they're the Charlestown Chiefs. And it was shot in the 70s, and it's a very 70s film, And they're in this... It's based on like Johnstown, Pennsylvania. It's a factory town, Where's Kansas City? The Royals. Who's got the Royals? Why can't I find them? Oh, Javier. There you go. So basically they're this really bad hockey team, kind of. It's not the NHL. It's like one step below. They're like a minor league hockey team in a factory town where the factory is closed and everyone's down on their luck. And to get the town back in it and to get the team going, he turns them into a bunch of goons. It's hilarious. And Paul Newman's the lead in it. Oh, it's an excellent film. It really is. So if you get a chance, check that one out. It's on, I watched it because I think it's on Netflix. It was like on the title of Netflix the other day. I was like, oh man, I haven't seen that in years. The Hanson brothers. The movie's crazy. Otani, OPS leader. But it's funny, I tend to do that when I watch older films. I look to see who's still alive and who's dead. And some people live a long time, I'll tell you. I'm impressed. Yeah, man, definitely. If you want to, it's funny, it's vulgar, it's good, it covers it covers it. You know, it's funny thinking back on who Paul Newman was, you know, and his whole life and the philanthropy and the salad dressings and giving the money away. He's he's dirty in that movie. It's funny. It's so funny. A bunch of Paul Newman salsa? Yeah. They're still making a fortune off of that stuff. It's funny, I was just reading, again, because I went on IMDb, I looked up Slapshot, and then I looked up Paul Newman's Wikipedia and read about him. I mean, I remember the car racing. I mean, I remember a fair amount about Paul Newman. But he was an interesting guy, man. He really was. Like, I didn't know he had a son who died of a drug overdose. Mark McGuire, back in the 70s. And then he became like this huge, he started this huge foundation, you know, to help people with addiction and this and that. And I mean, it's like still going today, is like one of the biggest organizations in the world for addiction recovery. And yeah, then they started the food line, and you know, that dude, everything he touched turned to gold. Matthew Boyd for the Cubbies on the rainbow foil for Javier. They still take like huge amounts of those profits and donate them all too. Like all that money he makes off of all that food stuff, they all get donated and given away. And do you think the kids would be like, hey man, give us the money, man? Well, this card's beat the shit on the back. Tatis, I don't know why it's like that. It's numbered too. 55 of 90 for the Padres, but it's literally like torn up on the back. So, is it? Hold on one second. I don't know if it's torn up or if it's extra. No, it's torn up. That sucks. Who's got the Padres? Eddie K. I'll send you a wrapper and stuff with this. Maybe if you want to try and get it replaced. I mean, it is. Looks like somebody took a bite out of it or something in the back. It's crazy. But because it is numbered 55 of 90. Brett Duel. He was a man of many talents, that's for sure. And then his wife, though, Joanne Woodward, man, he gave an interview one time where I guess he was very, well, he was one of the first, like, Hollywood, they were one of the first Hollywood couples to not live in Hollywood. They actually lived in Connecticut full time. And I guess he was very, like, once he married her, because she was his second wife, Alcantara throwback, he was very well known for being extremely faithful to her. Like, and they even showed this interview from, like, 1986 from, like, French Vogue or something like that, where they asked him, like, you know, you've been with this, you know, Joanne Woodward for 25 years, and everybody says you're the most faithful guy and this and that. And his answer was, why do you go out for hamburger when you have steak at home? Like, dude was just cool. That's all there is to it. Suzuki OPS. Paul Newman. All right, Jack Neely, rookie rainbow foil. Oh, you got, yeah, Slapshot's awesome. Watch Slapshot and watch Four Seasons. You'll like both of them. Very different things, but both very funny. Jackson Jobe, throwback rookie. Teoscar Hernandez, Superstars. I don't think so. You know, it's funny. I'm trying to think of the last time. It's been a while since I've had any of his stuff. Garlic fries, huh? Yeah, you're making me hungry. I have to go to the all-night diner and get some food. Keep talking. Actually, no, I have some Peking duck from dinner downstairs I didn't eat yet, so I was saving it for later tonight. I'm a Peking duck sucker. I love that stuff. Alec Baum. It's funny, my wife loves this Thai place that I really am not a fan of. She loves their food, so like we usually order from every couple weeks. Like their sushi's good. I don't mind their sushi. Oh yeah, I'll bet. Out by you, yeah, I'll bet. Stephen Kwan, 171 of 2025. Yeah, they must have all kinds of like garlic festivals and stuff out by you. How have things been with this whole ice thing out by you, Robert? Have you guys had any issues around you? Or, I mean, I know they have issues in California, but anything that affects you directly or your neighborhoods or anything like that? Yeah? You haven't seen anything so far? They've been near you, Javier? You haven't had any troubles with them or anything, have you? Or your family or anything? It's so crazy, man. Lindor, Superstar. I mean, I realize that these people are just like, you know, I don't like to talk about politics, but I realize they kind of get an issue between their teeth and they can't stop. But I worked in an industry my whole life where it completely depended on immigrant workers. Like, I don't understand where people think these people to work are going to come from. Like, I was always the minority in every kitchen I ever worked in, and I could never find, like, American kids to work in a kitchen anymore. Nobody did that. Like, kids don't work. Not like that. You know, not like we did when we were younger. I don't know. I don't get it. Sasaki, a rookie, a summer Superstars. Yeah, man, be careful out there, man. It's been getting out of hand. I love how they take, like, every little thing and turn it into, you know, some guy commits a crime and... No, they're not gonna... No, they won't do it. That's exactly it. Tyler Gentry, Baseball Stars auto for the Royals. For Javier. Yeah, that's the big problem. And if those jobs don't get done, it's going to stop a lot of other things in this country too, you know, because you won't have the factory production, you won't have the farm production, you won't have, like we talked about it for years when I was still working in the restaurants. Like, honestly, I hadn't had, like, an American teenager apply for a job in any of my kitchens after like 20, maybe 2008. I don't think I ever had anyone apply. Like, not like when I was a kid, we all had jobs, you know. We all worked in restaurants and did whatever we had to do to make money, you know. But like, they just don't do those jobs. You know, it's like, well, somebody's got to do them. I mean, you know, look, I understood after 9/11 things having to crack down. Jackie Robinson All-Star, because believe me, I could tell you stories pre 9/11 of stuff that was going on in restaurants. It was insane. But I lived out in Naperville, Illinois, which is like 20 miles outside of Chicago. I was running a big restaurant out there. And next to Naperville is Aurora, Illinois. And a lot of people don't know unless you know that area. Aurora, Illinois is one of the biggest Mexican populations in the United States. Because back when the Chicago fire happened in 1919 or whatever it was, Woodrow Wilson offered any Mexican immigrants could come over and help rebuild the city. And after a year, they would be given citizenship. Look at this guy. Rookie home field advantage, Acuna for the Mets. Who's got the Mets? Robert. Very nice hit. So he basically said, come here, help rebuild the city. And if you do it for a year, you'll be given citizenship. So tons of people came over. And then over the years, people just kept coming to that area because that's where they were from, you know. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I didn't know until I lived there, you know. But when I was running the restaurant, you would have a guy working there, right, who was great. And then one day he'd come to you and be like, my mother's sick. I have to go back to Mexico. And he'd be like, oh, okay. And he'd go, don't worry, somebody will be here tomorrow. I would be like, what are you talking about? Don't worry, someone will be here tomorrow. And a different guy would show up, work under the same name, same social security number, everything. He didn't even do paperwork. Until his buddy got back like a month later, and then he'd come back. And I found out later, they would sell the jobs. Like, and look, as a chef and needing a lot of cooks, man, I loved it because I never had to go out and look for guys. But they would just be like, hey, I'm here. And you'd be like, well, who are you? Oh, I'm Jose. Jose, who, you know, same guy who was here yesterday. I just, you know, and I mean, sometimes you'd go through like 5-6 guys on the same social security number. Then, of course, 9/11 happened, and a lot of that hijinks had to stop. They had to figure out. Like, that's how the kitchen ran back then, you know? What are you going to do? I wasn't going to fight it. Everyone who worked for me in Chicago or in Naperville was Mexican. Every single person except me. So, like, my sous chefs, I had 2 sous chefs. They were both, so they'd be like, we got it, chef. Don't worry about it. Like, okay, you know, what did I care as long as the work was getting done, you know? The only time it bothered me, really bothered me, in all the years I worked in the kitchens, is it was actually out there in Chicago. There was a kid, Juanito. Well, he wasn't a kid, but he was young. He was probably like 19 or 20. He worked at the restaurant. And one day he disappeared. And then about 2 weeks later, the cops came walking in. And I found out he hit someone with his car and killed them. It was a hit and run. And of course, you know, his name was fake, his social security number, everything was fake. So he just hightailed it out of town. You know, and I even told him, like, I heard a rumor that he went to, like, Oregon or something like that. But, like, that was one time I was like, oh, man. Like, I mean, I knew who they were looking for. And, I mean, he was a nice kid. I never had anything against him. I think he was just probably drinking and, you know, Zach Nito. So that was the one time where I really felt, like, terrible. Like, wow. Like, you know, because there's no way they were ever finding him, you know. What the guys used to do back in the day, I don't know if you know this story, God, I'm telling these stories and we have ice knocking on my door. The big thing was they would come here to work and make money. And then they would live in these apartments. Jackson Jobe, rookie. On the rainbow foil. Nice one for the Tigers. See who's got the Tigers. Javier. So they would come and live here, and they would live like 15 in a one-bedroom apartment. It was crazy. Like, and they would split the rent. They would tell me, like, oh, my rent's $25 a month. They're like, how many guys are you living with? 12. Oh, my God. But they didn't care. They just needed a place to lay their head. You know, they were never there. They worked 2 jobs, sometimes 3. They sent every dollar they could home. They would build these mansions back in Mexico. It was crazy. They'd show me pictures of them all the time. And then their big scam was once they got their home built and they got some money in the bank, Juan Soto throwback, they would get the big house built, they get a little bit of money in the bank, and then they would go rent a car and drive it right back to Mexico. And drive the car right across the border, and that was it. They were retired. They were home. They had a new car. They had a new house. They had everything. I was like, jeez. Like, they would go through this whole thing to get credit cards so they could get the car and this and that, and they'd just take a rental car, drive it home, and never give it back. And the rental cars the rental companies weren't going after them. Again, this was pre 9/11, so I'm sure things change a lot since then. Devers, OPS leader. Yeah, those guys killed themselves and built beautiful homes back in Mexico, man. I had so many invites to go down there. I was like, big white guy, I stand out. The cartel cut my head off. Willie Adames, throwback. They were good guys, man. Really good guys that I worked with for years. That's why I hate seeing all this happen. Austin Hedges for the Guardians. And I know there's crazy people out there. Oh, I don't care. But it's nuts, man. Like, these people are just trying to make a living just like anyone else. Guardians is Doug. Who, Willie Adames? Yeah, he's a good player. Bit of a journeyman. He seems to move around a lot, but... Ellie De La Cruz. How about... Did you see the stat about De La Cruz? That he has already struck out more in his career than Tony Gwynn did in his entire career. Now, De La Cruz has led the league in strikeouts from the day he's gotten here. Like, his strikeout percentage is ridiculous. But this guy came out with this article. Do you know that Tony Gwynn, his entire career, never struck out more than 40 times in an entire season? That's like insane. In like 600 plus at bats every season, and he never struck out more than 40 times. And so for his career, if I remember right, it was like 400. Yeah, it was like, I think for his career, he struck out 428 times in his career. That might even be high. I'm trying to remember the number. And in the year and a half that De La Cruz has played, he's already passed that number. It's nuts. Tony Gwynn's one of those guys that everyone knows was a good player, but you really don't realize unless you go back and look at his numbers how good he really was. He was amazing. Mark Alon for the D-backs. For Javier. Oh, yeah, man. Who knows? Yeah, Bo Jackson was amazing. Yeah, but he was too good, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he was almost meant to get hurt. He was too fit. He was too... I mean, there was... It wasn't shocking what happened to him. Garrett Cole pink for the Yanks. And, man, look at this. Corbin Carroll, All-Star autograph. He's got the D-backs. Javier, nice. 1990 Topps Baseball All-Star autograph card. Is that numbered? No. Corbin Carroll. Nice hit, man. Carroll's having a great year. Sophomore slump last year, but man, he's been coming back this year for sure. He's in like top 10 in home runs and RBIs and nice hit, my friend. Nice hit. Oh man, the flagship has been great to us, man. Did you guys see the Vladdy we pulled last night? That thing was sick. Yeah, he had a rough year last year, but a lot of sophomore slumps happen, you know. But yeah, he's really good. And he's young. He's got a long way to go. Yankees is Doug. I need Drew Jones to play there. I had a dual auto of him and Drew Jones, numbered to like 5 out of best. Oh yeah, look here. I'll show you. It's right here. Where'd it go? In this thing. That was last night in the website break, the pick your team break. 4/25 Vladdy. It was nice. Yeah, man. Honestly, man. Flagship stuff is always, past few years has been very good to us. We've had a lot of nice hits out of flagship. Yeah, that one was a monster. That was right towards the end, too. All right, let's see. Real Muto to 2025 for the Phils. And Jazz throwback for the Yanks. Well, at least the Corbin will probably pay for your spots. Yeah, it's funny because I'm doing the single show tomorrow, and I've been trying, since the last one, I've been trying to organize, and my God, I have so many cards that I need to sell. It's crazy. The table behind me is filled with like 1,500 cards, and I have them done by team and stuff, so if people ask for specifics, I can get to them pretty quick. That's where I found my Game of Thrones card that I forgot about, and then I found that Corbin Carroll, Drew Jones to 5 auto, that dual auto that I have. I was like, ooh, that's worth a few dollars. Should, especially if Drew Jones would play better. See, that's my issue. I mean, not only do I have thousands and thousands of cards that need to be sold, but there a lot of them were worth a lot more at one point. I just didn't have the time or the energy to get them up. And now I'm like, well, I can sell it now and still get $50 for it, but I'd have gotten $200 for it a year ago if I'd have put it up then. And then, of course, you start thinking, well, maybe I should hold off. And now I'm just like, I just want to get them out. I have so many, I got to move. Griffey All-Star. I try to, especially if I have like dupes of stuff or whatever that I really like. Like, I have a bunch of really nice Jackson Merrill stuff, like a lot of First Bowman, Sapphire, numbered parallels, or I have some rookies and this and that. And it's like, I just go through them and go, okay, one for you, one for me, one for you, one for me. So I'll sell one, I'll keep the other one. Yeah, I do too. I mean, the card will still sell, and like I said, I got it in a break, so I'm sure, you know, if he gets buried, it'll sell for a lot more, that's for sure. Like I said, if I would have sold it at the time when I got it, I would have sold for a lot. But it just sat in a pile, of course, as most of them do. Yeah. Yeah, it's frustrating when you have something sitting there and you're like, man, this card was worth a lot more when I got it. Yeah, I just want to move this, get some stuff moved. I just got to clear some stuff out. I have so much, it's crazy. I honestly, I mean, don't get me wrong, I want to get money for it, but I'm not even really sweating it that much, like what stuff sells for. There's enough people there, you know. It depends on what I will sell to, you know. Last time we were doing the single sale, somebody was in there and he was like, do some autos, because I was only doing numbered cards. He's like, there's like 75 people in here, but there weren't. There was only like 17 people in there. So I was like, no, I'm not running it with 17 people. Well, yeah, no, sure. It's like stuff I have that I like too, that I keep, you know. But some of it, you just got to get out. It's just piling up, you know. All right, Silver Pack, Strider, Ripken, Adamas, and speaking of the devil, Jackson Merrill. You just keep sticking them in a pile, and the next thing you know, boxes are filled. And I mean, I literally have like 8 boxes here of stuff that is supposed to be sold. Caminero, Griffey, Acuna, and Judge. Come on, give us a little something in this last one. Come on. Come on. All right, Acuna, Hunter Green, Manny Machado, and Royce Lewis. All right, nothing in the silver packets. All right, could have been better, could have been worse. I want to thank y'all guys for going to the website, and thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight, chit-chatting, having some fun. You got it, buddy. Thank you. You know what? I'm not even going to put them in order. We're just going to do a hit recap. All right, quick hit recap. This is for break 260 from the website. The random team break for Series 2 Hobby. Again, thank you so much for joining. I didn't even put them in order. We're just going to kick through. Okay, we have all our inserts and our silver packs. We're going to go through, pull the rookies and all the good guys and make sure they get taken care of. Hits. They're in no order whatsoever. Mark Long. Okay, rainbow foils of Hedges, Neely, Boyd, and Turner. Romuto to 2025. We have a pink Garrett Cole. A very nice Corbin Carroll rookie, or a Corbin Carroll autograph for the D-backs. Rainbow, Jackson Jobe rookie. The home field advantage Baby Acuna rookie for the Mets, very nice. And a Tyler Gentry auto for Kansas City. Stephen Kwan to 2025. Tatis, oh, this is the one with the effed up back on here. To 90. We'll send you a wrapper with that if you want to get it, try and get it replaced. Melendez to 150. Sogart rookie to 74. Zach DeZenzo on the rookie relic for Houston, and then Joey Grazzati, however you say his name, for the Phillies. And that is going to be it. All right, folks, again, thanks for joining us tonight, and if you're watching us in the morning, I hope you enjoy your Fruit Loops. And tomorrow, 3 p.m., single sale on our channel on eBay. And then full slate of breaks tomorrow night also on eBay, so I hope to see you then. And like 10 more slots left in that Donruss break, so if we fill that, we'll break that too. So, all right, guys, again, thanks so much for joining me. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.